All right, we've gotten to our application to the point where we are ready to submit our information to the Planning Center API, well, at least to our Sinatra backend, which will then submit it to the Planning Center API. Now, one thing we're going to need before we do that is an actual Planning Center API key and a secret token. So to do that, I'm going to go over here in this new tab and just go to api.planningcenteronline.com. And in there, you'll see I'm logged in here in my first Phoenix, but it defaults you to this Applications tab. Now, there's two different types of keys you can get. One is a developer application by using OAuth, and a second is a personal access token. Now, if you're making something for multiple people, so if you have, let's say you're making this as something you want to provide as a subscription service or some other free service to many churches, then an OAuth application is what you want. In this case, we're going to use it for our own purposes, and so we're going to use a personal access token. So let's create one now. And we're going to provide a description here. So in this case, I'm just going to say pre-registration. And you can choose the version of each of the APIs that you'd like. In this case, I'm just going to choose the most current version of each of these. I'm not going to choose latest. Sometimes there are breaking changes in the APIs, which is why there's versioning. And I want to make sure that what I'm building is not going to break because of some change in the API. The API, as it is right now, at least on this particular version, works for what we need to do. So let's just use that. Once I hit submit, you'll be taken back to this page, and you can see that now I have some personal access tokens. Now I've changed my real ID and secret with just placeholders so that they're still a secret to me. We make sure that we know that you're not supposed to share your tokens with anyone else. So these are just for you, which is, again, why we don't want to put them in our JavaScript, because then it would be obvious to anyone else, and they'd be able to make changes through the API as us. We don't want that. We want to make sure that it is secret and kept a secret, and that's how we're making our own backend to make the call. So I've got my application set up. So I'm going to take this application ID and secret, write them down somewhere, copy paste them into a file, and we're going to be using them in the next portion here, where we're going to be building the backend, the Ruby backend with Sinatra, to actually take our request from our React form and submit it to the Planning Center API.